You know, a lot of words come to mind when you think of Northwest State. Security, protection, but for me, the most important word is family. Hi, it's Kirby with David from Northwest State. David, Liberty Safes are really more than just protecting possession. That's right, Kirby. Liberty Safes are perfect for...
Now, this was just a stop sign when I moved here.
I have no idea how many times there's a blinking yellow light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only that way, not this way. This way there was no stop sign or anything.
This little house still over there? Oh, but little lonesome looks like it is.
The one the house is
the one little tiny fucking look like grandma's house.
It's been sitting there forever. Nobody went. They won't sell.
I think it had a sign in the window that said no trespassing or something.
Not for sale.
And not for sale. That's what it was.
What's interesting is how long I lived there and how much. Like again, none of those apartments were here when I moved in, but this one was put in early on. But that next one, I don't remember when it was put in.
This stuff was here. Now, I kind of always wanted to live in that.
That one was put in.
I remember watching them build that. Right up here especially.
This one was put in, but I remember, no, this one was already here.
No, this one was not. I watched them build this as I was walking down 100th Street. I remember this really well.
Because I remember
these
cul-de-sacs of solid woods right here up until 10 years ago.
I was kind of disappointed that they were doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like taking a little bit of green belt
out. It's a different house than used to be. There was a farmhouse on the corner. Of course, all of these apartments, none of these were here.
Nope. The house was here. I do remember that. In fact, there was something.
There's a house.
Somebody I knew lived there, I think. I'm not positive.
But all of this.
But it seems like I went there for something. Maybe it was a garage sale.
All of this.
Huh?
All of this was put in.
Yeah, there was a few houses in here. There was
like on 100th Street, all the biker houses.
It's sad.
And on this street, all the biker houses. There's one that Misfit showed up out in Snohomish.
Misfit
at the jam session. I go out there, the acoustic one.
Yeah.
And I gave him a ride home, and I can't tell you which house it was.
This is what used to be all the way along. There's houses.
But it was a little house, and it sat off the road by quite a bit, like right here.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was a much smaller house, but it was a biker house, and
right down in this area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It's a bunch of apartments. Again, I remember walking down this street in the middle of the night, and that was
it might have been. I know which one you're talking about.
Down that way. It was in between there.
I remember there was a bunch of bikers sitting in front of those houses for a long time.
It was a huge yard with one little house, and it was always mud.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like the little house with the little pond that broke my heart when it was made into fucking apartments there.
All this was so sad.
Condos.
That's Painfield Boulevard there. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
But I walked all the way home from, and this was what, 01 or 02. And I walked home from the monkey trap is what they called it.
Yeah.
And there were no sidewalks. And it was right after Dad died. I had to go to this party over here. And came walking home. And I was
had to go to this party. I like that one. I had to go to this party.
Oh, yeah. It was a gig.
I held a gun in my head. I had to go to this party.
It was a gig also.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's great.
But
that's why
when I walked home, middle of the night, I was blown away because there were sidewalks. Yeah. It was so easy to walk compared to
exactly. Yeah.
And also, there used to be a lot of people that let the dogs out around here at night, and they don't do that anymore.
When I walked home from Precision and walked over to Airport Road walked down Airport Road to Casino, there were no fucking sidewalks. There was barely a fucking anything.
Oh, man.
It was fucking horrible. I mean, there was no shoulder. You guys kind of walk on the side and hope that the cars don't hit you as you're walking. It was fucking brutal. And then walking up Casino, because Casino, when you're driving it, I mean, there's a little bit of a hill, but walking up that motherfucker, Jesus Christ.
where the golf course is. Where you're walking right next to the golf course. That is, it's like that.
Yeah, you need to be in good shape to do that very often. Really? Also, this is where the museum is. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, one of the things
Commando
that kept me
Road.
on good condition and kept me from fucking.
Commando Road. Well, I guess if they say so, we got to get stripped here. Commando Road.
Oh. But,
We're not going down Commando. Commando that way, Center Road that way. Oh, okay. Yeah.
for what it's worth,
Oh. This is where you used to turn in to go to Dwayne's apartment back in there. That sucks. That sucks so much.
B.F. Goodrich.
Is Tramco back there?
B.F. Goodrich.
Is that one of the entrances to it?
Yeah. I think it's mainly the other way, though. But right there is also where Hendrix played his very first gig.
Yeah.
The old YMCA. Which was actually a military building at the time.
Now, don't make me stop for the rope place. This cracks me up looking at that. I'm just... I mean, if I was healthy and young, I would definitely be, or just healthy, I would go do that rope thing, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But you think about it, like just take from a year from today, a year ago. Besides the summer, which was beautiful, from March last year till November of last year, going backwards, there's no way you can get me to put my hands on a rope and try and climb. They're fucking wet and cold. Those things are not good for rope climbing. Even if you got gloves on, it's not fun.
Well, if you're trying to do a man against the universe and you're safe with a harness, then it's one thing.
Yeah, but it's still cold and it's still wet.
But I'm just saying, if you're doing that man against the universe,
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that's 90% of going out and walking is, being out there and being part of the.
Papa Murphy's, huh?
That's what bought that station wagon.
Yeah.
He gave it away to that fucking poor woman, and then she brought it back to him and wanted him to have it fixed. And he got it fixed for her. And I'm like, Philip, you sold it, you gave it to her.
Yep.
And she found you and fucking expect you to fix it for her?
Some crazy shit right there.
I was telling Austin about that I bought the 4-track reel-to-reel, and it cost a small fortune, like $700.
Never worked.
And then I put another $700 into it, and I sold it for $500 at Danny's. And the guy who bought it tracked me down and wanted me to explain why it didn't work. And I said, I have no idea. That's why I got rid of it.
Yeah. One reason right there, isn't it?
And he was really disappointed. But I'd also bought the 4-track cassette thing that didn't work right either. And it was brand new. It just fucking never worked right.